been a while since I've had this thing on camera and given an update for it. So if anybody's interested in the LN 106 with the L67 motor in it, this is it. Had a few little differences since the last time I gave an update. First and foremost is I'm running 33-inch mud tyres now. Still got the 31s, so they're more of a get around tyre, but if I'm going proper wheeling, I take those. I've got an X-Rocks bar on the front of it. This one's off originally I think it was a N60 or N70, and I've just pretty much just made up my own mounts and welded that all together to make it work, and then put a winch in it, just a 4-drive Super Center winch, little cheap one, and then got the EFS 2-inch lift in it the whole way around. So front and rear springs, standard length springs. It's not worth going RUF or anything at the moment, especially when I want to keep this a legal street drivable car, because I have it all engineered as a street driving car for that motor. Still the same side steps. Has picked up a few battle scars since I last gave an update. Unfortunately, I put it into a ravine sort of thing, didn't end well. But at the rear I've done a bit of chopping as well. I've actually chopped it around and I've got a different bar that usually goes on there instead of this bar, because it's a high clearance bar essentially. Still haven't worked out where the spare tyre is going to go. I'm probably going to make a rear bar that actually houses it up on the back, but for now it'll do, because I got to tow a trailer and everything now at the moment, but not for much longer. So did the tub shop and helped with a bit of clearance, and yeah, made it look a little bit better. I have gone to a R151 box at the moment, so instead of the G52, and I've got the R box with a single piece tail shaft, brand new. So that's all there, sorted. I am running the chain driven transfer case for now. I did have a high clearance crossbar motor on there with the previous G52 box, but I had to change it out due to a fair few other things going on in there. It didn't actually, this transfer case mount actually hung down lower than what it was, which is a bit of a shame. I'm going to try and rework that so I can run that old case. Still the same front diff, auto locker in the front diff, open hemisphere in the rear still. I've got an air locker lined up for that. Yeah, done a few more, got a dual battery system in it now with a sort of a wiring kit in there, small little controller pad here, so that's good. I've only got air compressor that's mounted in there and then set up for the rear locker when it comes in. But I'll open her up. Now here's the engine bay. Probably hasn't changed too much besides the snorkel. I am running a SAS air filter. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I'll pull it out and have a look soon. I've done a few little wheels with it, and I'll inspect it and see if it's actually sucked in any dust. Hopefully it hasn't. I made sure everything was really tight in there. I have gone to the Mace Engineering coils, the larger ones. Hell of a punch. Even when I was testing for spark and all the rest of it, and it shocked me. It jumped a few inches to even hit my hand, so they're no joke. Running the 8 psi wheel on the front, same from Mace Engineering as well. Desert cooler radiator, and I've gone through a few renditions of the cooling system on here, so a couple renditions because it's hard to keep this thing cool in such a confined space. Now I've got a Spall fan, as far as if I remember, very dear fan, but CFM wise apparently nothing beats it. it's been pretty good. I haven't had it overheat with the new thermo controller in there, and I've still got a 10-inch at the front. Now I'm using one of the Davies Craig thermofan controllers. That's still got to be wired to a switch in the cab. I was having a few issues that when I was out on a trip with the fuse box here. I'd run it to a deleted switching system, which was drawing way too much amperage from it and actually turning it off. But it is dirty in here at the moment. I'm about to give it a pressure wash because it's about to go up for rego inspection this weekend. But yeah, it's pretty much as is for the moment, and then after it's all past rego inspection, I have a heap of the US made ZZP intercooler parts, so the sandwich kit that goes in between the actual supercharger and the intake manifold. So other side of the valley plate, that'll be a very interesting kit to see, because obviously it's not made for this car, but I'm going to see if I can get it to fit. I'll set the water pump and everything up in this system here, run the intercooler here. I'll have to remove my switch for the winch because I had it all tied up and all in there neat. That way you'd never actually seen it and there was no weird janky box, and relocated the switch to there. So I have actually sorted all that, which I'm going to have to change it a bit. Quite annoying, but anyway, this is what happens. But other than that, the car's still running good. I didn't blow up the G52 box, for anybody wondering about that too. Didn't blow it up. Not that I was giving it a super hard time, but as long as I didn't go full throttle in 5th gear, it was fine. Beat it on every other gear, haven't had a problem with it, but just pulled it out because I knew it was never rated for that. But that's the update for the girl at the moment. If anybody's interested in information about the swap or anything like that, please let me know. Do what I can. We're all car people and we all like to mess around with them, so yeah, simple as that. And yeah, for anybody else, anybody wondering, which they're probably not, I have lined up a motor for my RN20. So turns out I am going to go a 3RZ and the associated gearbox that comes on that car itself. That should be a little hot combo. I would like to turbo it. We'll see how things go. Like any project, so they just keep continuing on. But yeah, that's the Hilux in a nutshell, both of them. And thanks for watching.